Hello, hello, hello. This is Deborah Deras, mindset expert, author of Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict and the Energy Revitalization Program. To be honest with you, I forgot I had done the Energy Revitalization Program till I picked up, organized my library, and I found this wonderful thing CDs. But you know what? I recreated them into an MP3. Fantastic. Today, we're going to be talking about the attitude to set yourself up for success. Forgive my voice, it's a little scratchy today, but I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to be great. So, welcome if you're joining us for the first time. Please put your name in the comments where you're streaming from. We have people from Miami, we have people from New York, we have people from Brazil. And I'm so happy to be here. If you're partying in Brazil doing Carnival, don't stop because of me. Keep on partying, right? Because that is the attitude, right? Brazil is a great example of a country with an amazing attitude. I've traveled all around the world, and anytime I ever go to Brazil, no matter if somebody is rich or if they're poor, they are generous and they are full of positive energy, positive attitude. Ashe in Portuguese, that means positive energy. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. How to cultivate an attitude, not just of gratitude, but an attitude of positivity, even when things are not going our way. And boy, oh boy, I have a story for you. Wait till you hear this story I'm going to tell you about today. It is going to crack you up. But if you're tuning in for the first time, I want to introduce myself. I'm Deborah Deras. I am a keynote speaker, author, and mindset expert. I do corporate training, virtual presenting, but most of all, I like to give you tools for success. Right, Gigi? I like to give you, Gigi, I'm going to be speaking in person for a rare moment Tuesday in Hawthorne at the Hawthorne Expo. If you're around, I don't know if you have a booth, I'm going to be there. Great. So, we're going to be talking about maintaining an attitude that cultivates your mindset for success because so much about our success is who we are showing up as. Many people say success is not what you know, it's who you know, and that's true. Your network is your net worth. But more than that, it's who we are bringing to that networking group, who we are bringing to our workplace, who we are bringing to that boardroom, to that meeting. Why? Because our energy, the vibration that we exude, affects other people. Have you ever walked into a boardroom and you could feel the tension? You could feel the animosity, the angst. It was like, butter, like you cut it with a butter knife. You could feel the energy was so toxic. Ever been in an environment like that? Hopefully you're not in an environment like that now. But what you can do as a leader is you can be the person that brings the positive energy, the positive attitude, because so many people are walking around with negativity. They're walking around with unhappiness. They're walking around with frustration. They're walking around with irritation. And they think nobody knows if they don't say anything. But we all know vibes don't lie. You can feel it if somebody's upset with you or if somebody has animosity toward you. But guess what? Here's our place of power, Gigi. We cannot control anybody else. And we can only control one thing right here. My dad would say, la cabeza, right? Our mind. The only thing we can control is our mind. And if we focus our mind and our attitude on not victim consciousness of why did this happen or why are they doing this to me, but what is the lesson here? What is the lesson here? I'm going to give you a really honest, raw, and real example from my real life. You guys ready for it? Okay. So I've been dealing with an issue with my neighbor. Okay. So I work from home. So there's no coworker issues. There's neighbor issues, right? And I have a particular neighbor I'm whispering because my neighbor's right there. I have a particular neighbor that likes to do like tool fixing activities at night between the hours of 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. And this is kind of why my voice is like this, right? So for about actually 5 months since December, January, February, March, April, every night at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, I would get awoken by a garage, by a power saw, by a drill, by some garage opening and closing under my bed, driving me crazy. And then I can't go back to sleep. The only reason my eyes look awake right now is because I put fake eyelashes filter. It's not my real eyelashes. I'm exhausted, right? I am tired. You could hear it in my voice, right? And so the victim consciousness, right? That's not the attitude we're having. The victim would say, why is this happening to me? Or why is this person doing to me? But the quality of our questions are the quality of our lives, right? So we can't ask why. What we can ask that will put us in an attitude of gratitude and in a place of power is, what is the lesson here? What is the lesson here? So I kept asking myself, what is the lesson here? Okay, it's time to speak up for yourself. Talk to your landlord. What is the lesson here? You wanted to regulate your circadian rhythms. You should only be in bed when you're going to sleep. You shouldn't be in bed earlier than that. What are the lessons? Blah, blah, blah. And I just came up with a list. And I wrote a list of like 20 lessons and all the ways that I could be blessed by the situation. Oh, maybe I could turn my bedroom into an exercise and meditation room, and I can actually have my own dance studio and just move the bed into another room where I could sleep through the night. It's a win-win, right? What are the lessons? So in every situation, we could be a victim or we could be a victor, which brings me to the story. Gigi, you know this story. Remember the story of Viktor Frankl in Man's Search for Meaning? Remember that amazing story of how he survived the Holocaust and saw so many horrors. And he was realizing in his book that the people that survived is because they had a meaning, they had a purpose. And when people were focused on, oh my God, it was horrible. I mean, people were tortured, people were killed, all the horrible things that went on. But what he was focused on was the acts of service, the courage, the people that survived, what they did, how they got there. And his book was so inspiring, one of the most inspiring books I ever read, Man's Search for Meaning by Dr. Viktor Frankl, right? And we can be victors in our life when we shift from thinking, why me? Why are they doing this to me? Because most people, believe it or not, are not doing anything to you. It is not personal. They are doing things to themselves. And we may be a benefactor of whatever they're doing. But when we take it personally and personalize it, we become a victim. But when we have an attitude of, what is the lesson? What am I learning here? What is this teaching me? Using your power of discernment, really asking, listening, hearing, and then taking those inspired actions from that, we can shift our mindset. And guess what? When we realign our mindset, guess who it affects? Not only us, it affects those around us, because everybody's influenced by your energy. Everyone. Even people that you don't see, people that you text, people that you email, people, after teaching webinars virtually for 2 years, I can feel the energy of the group. I literally know when people are with me or when they're not with me. You guys with me? Yeah, you are, Gigi, right? So it's really acknowledging that we have the power to choose where our mind is focused, because it doesn't only affect us, it affects the people around us, it affects our community, and we can be a beneficial presence in our workplace, in our community, and in the world by really diligently disciplining ourselves to choose to every day see the blessing, to see the lesson. And boy, oh boy, after 5 months of no sleep, now losing my voice, I'm tired. And it's hard to see the lessons and have a positive attitude when you're exhausted. But guess what? What is the alternative? To be a victim? To lay down? To surrender? To give up? No. What we want to do is to stay in our point of power. And our point of power is always choosing the high ground. Even if everybody else is going low, what did Michelle Obama say? We go high, right? When they go low, we go high, right? And I want to give you a tool that you can use to help you. It really helps me. It's an app and it's free. Yeah, free is for me. Okay. And the app is called Win Streak. WINSTREAK. Win Streak. And what you do is every day at the end of the night, I set an alarm, is you write down all your wins, big and small. Like a win for me is I didn't have coffee today. I had like organic mushroom drink, whatever. Yay. I didn't go to Starbucks. I had Deb Bucks. Yay. I made my own meals. Yay. I came on with you. Yay. I coached 4 amazing clients. Whatever it is, give yourself a win, right? Win streak and write it down. And the other thing you could do is you could future intend and future pace where you're grateful for what you're manifesting for tomorrow. Ooh, I'm grateful that I meditated, or I'm grateful that I exercised, or I'm grateful that I did that beach yoga class, or I'm grateful that I did this, that, right? So you can also be grateful at the end of the day and then set your intentions of what you're going to be grateful for tomorrow. And when you do, guess what? You're not going to have time or energy for victim consciousness or for a pity party. You're going to be so in the energetic field of possibility. What's the learning? What's the lesson? What's next? That you're not going to have time to wallow in the misery of negative people. And you know what? Negative people love other negative people. That's how gossip circles and kvetching circles get started, right? Misery loves what? Company. That's right. Misery loves company. But we're not going to be about that. Why? Because we're leaders. We're innovators, and we have to be creative, and we have to keep our positivity and our attitude high, and we have to keep all of the negativity low. All right? You with me? Good. All right. You agree, Gina, right? Exactly. Let me end with a quote. I'm trying to do shorter streams. I was doing 30 minutes. This is almost 15 minutes. I was supposed to do 5. We're working on it. We're getting down. I was doing 50 minutes, so I'm making progress. So everything can be taken from a man or a woman, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Viktor E. Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Highly recommend you read that book. I highly recommend, like Victor, that you choose to see the world through what is possible rather than through the negative lens. And remember that mediocrity will always love company and will invite you to their pity party. But we say, no, thank you. Ain't nobody got time for that. I am on the possibility train. That's why we believe here at my company, Synergy Unlimited, that with the power of synergy, anything is possible. I want to invite you to a couple events before we conclude. I want to let you know that I have a free Align for Success video. I'm going to do a new video next month, so get this video now while you can. You'll also be added to my Align for Success email list. And every week we recap what we went over in the video. We break it down into bullet points and action steps. And you can share the video with friends that didn't get to be here live. We also do a replay of this video every Thursday at noon, just in case you missed it. You can definitely check me out. I'm on YouTube and Instagram, just Latina Speaker. If you go to YouTube and type Latina Speaker, you'll find my YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram at Latina Speaker. And when you go to my website, you'll find that I am going to have a lot of events. I'm doing virtual events, and guess what? I'm back to speaking live. So if you want me to speak at your conference or your event or still virtual event, I'm doing a live event in the city of Hawthorne for the Hawthorne Business Expo. I'm a keynote speaker at the noon session on how to go from likes to sales. It's a social media marketing. I'm doing 3 events on Cinco de Mayo. Wow, that's going to be awesome. Thank God they're all virtual, but I'm super excited about that. And I have a new program coming up. It's going to be a group coaching program. It's called Ignite Your Energy to increase your sales. That's going to be for sales professionals that want to increase their revenue through mindset. I'm actually going to be studying with Dr. Joe Dispenza all of June. So I'm going to be gone, won't be streaming. I'll be totally immersed in learning quantum physics, epigenetics, neuroscience from the best of the best, Dr. Joe Dispenza. And then the group coaching program is going to teach you everything I learn and more. Okay, because I've learned from some of the best. I've studied under Dr. Reverend Michael Beckwith, Dr. Don Miguel Ruiz, Eckhart Tolle, so many of my master teachers, Marianne Williamson. I can't wait to share that all with you in the group coaching program. It's going to be limited to 12 people because it's going to be a cohort. So if you're interested, go ahead and email me at deb@deborahderas.com and just put in the subject line Ignite. And I'll send you an application. We're taking applications right now. Going to be interviewing candidates in May and then enrolling people in July. And we'll open up another cohort probably in September. Okay? So you are invited. All right. So I want to thank you so much for being here. You are living in an attitude of what? Possibility, right? We say, what is the lesson? What have I learned here? Not why. Anytime you ask why, you're in victim consciousness. So we're always going to say, what is the lesson? What is the learning here? And then just keep writing it down. Don't even think about it. Let your right brain, your creative, innovative side, tell you all of the blessings, all of the lessons. I did that with my neighbor situation. And it totally made me like, instead of being angry with him, I should thank him. Because now I'm going to be able to sleep better. I'm going to be able to meditate better. I'm going to be able to work out better. I'm going to be a better samba dancer because I have, maybe my house is feng shuied. Everything. Super grateful. Okay? All right. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I know you have many places to stream on. It's so great to be with you, LinkedIn. Hi, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Okay, I'm sorry to be neglecting you, Instagram, but we'll get you later. All right. Ciao for now. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, the power of synergy, anything is possible. Ciao. Bye.